All right, son. We did day 4. We did day 5. Let's do day 6. Your Catholic homework, page 160 from chapter 10. Our Catholic life. What does your baptism call you to do? Please read.
You read everything.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, I read 5 and 4 twice.
What does your baptism call you to do? Could you please slide over?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Like the disciples in Venerable Anne de Gigné, or Gigné, you too have a calling. Your call, like that of all Catholics, came to you at your baptism. You probably do not remember your baptism. You might have heard stories about how you cried or smiled. You know the names of your godparents? Do you know what a godparent is?
No.
Long ago, people had these customs that in case your parents died, your godparents were supposed to teach you about the Bible and God. All right? Now, my godparent, for some reason, was a woman. She was a young woman. I remember her for some reason because
Grandma?
no, her name was Ninoska Catan.
I thought Grandma
Okay,
took care of you.
Grandma is my mother, so she selected my godparent. And my godparent should be the age of my mother now, or a little bit younger, around there. But in my whole life, I haven't seen her.
Now,
Yes, sir?
how come Bob says he's like 20, 30 something?
When he's really 70
Something, yeah.
something? I don't know why he says that.
Cause why? This is the cat.
Yes. All right, so you probably do not remember your baptism.
What godparents?
Oh, you know the names of your godparents. Most kids probably don't.
I don't. Do I have godparents?
I was at the service only because you know how you do things in order not to get other people upset?
Yeah.
Alright, that's the reason I was over there. Because I don't believe in a baby baptism. I don't believe in the Catholic Church either. You know why? Because I grew up Catholic, and then number one thing that they don't do is they don't read the Bible. After this video, I'll show you a video, if I can find it, about the statue. You know how the people carry statues in the Catholic Church?
Mm-hmm.
It falls on them. You gotta select. Well, it could fall on anybody, even on strong guys. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Excuse me. Alright, so the second thing is that we're not supposed to have images with the Catholic Church. There are many images. The third thing is the priests don't get married, so I don't trust them. You're supposed to, men, I don't understand young men that are not married. But the main thing is that very few people read the Bible in the Catholic Church. Now that you are older, you have learned more about the importance of the sacrament of baptism. How many sacraments are there in the Catholic Church? That's a good question. I would say it's a ceremony. However, some ceremonies, like the bread, the white piece of thing that they give you and the wine, that one is done every Mass.
Mine usually takes the white bread, but she doesn't take the wine. All they do to clean the wine bottle is one wipe. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. No.
They still do that?
Just
They wipe it
cloth.
with a handkerchief.
Yeah.
That's the way it was when I was little, and I used to do it, and I didn't like it. But
That would just run past the wine person.
yeah, there was no, and then you're all drinking the same cup.
I know.
Germs.
She just wipes it like.
Another way to do it is the way the Protestant Lutherans do it.
What do they do it?
They give you a little, like in the hospital when they make you take pills, they give you a little cup that's disposable.
Mhm.
It's about this big.
Yeah.
They serve those cups, and I think they fill them up. I'm not sure if it was.
Everyone has their own little cup.
Everyone has their own little cup. Like they bring a tray, and the people make a line. They grab one cup, then they put it back. Then you grab the one that's full, not an empty cup. I think they're even disposable. But I'm not convinced that they throw them away. They might be washed in a machine.
Reused without being washed.
Yeah.
Blech.
No, they wouldn't do that. I mean, that would be a person with a moral turpitude.
What's that?
Somebody that doesn't see anything wrong with, for instance, they offer you ice cream, but when they were in the kitchen, they used a spoon that was dirty to serve the ice cream.
Or they... one person I saw in a movie had ice cream and fed it to the dog, then ate the same place where the dog ate it, and then kept
That
it.
was what I was gonna tell you. One of my friends did that, and that was a shock to me. He served me ice cream first. Then he served himself. Then the dog was near, and he used the spoon to feed the dog ice cream.
Put this one scoop or continuously?
Oh, he made the dog clean the spoon with a little bit of ice cream.
Well, that's not that bad.
Not yet. Then
he puts the spoon back inside the ice cream.
he ate with the spoon that he had just. He said that, I think that's how it worked. He said that the dogs have saliva that has something that cleans the germs. Maybe he was right. He was more of a scientist than I was. However, I would not do that. However, there was a Lazaro. You know him?
No.
Saint?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how old, but Lazaro had a bunch of problems in his body, and so he used to walk with a bunch of dogs that used to lick him. He had a health condition, like sores, or.
Wait, the dogs would lick him, and then the fever would go onto them?
No, so let's say that he has a cut below his knee, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that cut he's had for the last 5 years, and so the dog would lick it because the
Ew.
cut would bleed or something. So he used to, wherever he walked, he was with a bunch of dogs following him, and so I don't know. There are lots of weird, strange things in this world. All right. Now that you know the names, well, you know the names of your godparents. Now that you are older, you have learned more about the importance of the sacrament of baptism. What is the importance of the sacrament of baptism?
Again, what is sacrament?
A sacrament, all right, there's one called marriage, another one called baptism, a third one called confirmation. All right, there's supposed to be 7. Another one is called going to mass, I think.
I was
Yes.
counting off the sacraments he told me to tell you after.
Well, I was your age when I went through this stuff, but the only thing I remember was that I had to run
For what?
and to get to the classroom. And I had to run, and then for some reason it was not the church that was near the house. I think it was because somebody didn't want me to cross that big street. Instead, I had to run from 87th Street all the way to 91st Street and
Oh.
turn. Yeah, but the church was on 87th Street or 88th Street, the closest one in Chicago, and I had to run all the way to 91st and Burley. Well, 91st and I don't know. Oh, Brandon. Oh, it's in between Brandon and Burley Avenue, South Chicago. All right. So, name a sacrament. What?
Mass.
Mass? I think it's not the actual mass. It's the only portion where they bring out the wine and the wheat thing.
The bread.
They call it bread, but hostia in
What does it
Spanish.
taste like anyway?
It tastes like a Dorito without, but a Dorito that melts.
Oh.
But it doesn't have the flavor of a Dorito.
Then why are you saying this is like a Dorito? Flavors taste. Why?
It's too thin. You know, you gotta beef it up. You gotta put like 20 of those together. And then it would taste, you would have a bite. How can it be solid and it melts? Back to moral turpitude. Moral turpitude is when a person,
Down. It's over 10 minutes.
oh yeah, let's do another one.
Shut